All right, good morning, guys. What is up this morning? Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready for Money Monday? See, my side just came out with a press release at 8. It's moved about 10 cents. So we got a couple things going on this morning. AMC, uh, Amazon has expressed interest in buying AMC, which is pretty crazy. I don't know what Amazon is up to, but the fact they want to buy AMC has brought a lot of hype into it. You can see AMC's moved almost $3. A little bit higher of a float than I normally like, but because it's such a big catalyst, that Amazon might buy them, there's a lot of hype that could come into this. So it's definitely one you want to watch. Already 10 million shares in volume so far. And then we got this APOP right here. Positive data on their new thing. What's up, Daniel B? Good morning. So positive data, I mean, that's, it could go either way. So far, it's made a pretty decent move, about doubled in price. Potential there. MARA. It's a Bitcoin play, Bitcoin stock. They're talking about getting some miners, and those miners are expected to do some things. And we got the halving of Bitcoin. Maybe you could get some potential. Maybe. Not really big fan of it, but I'm watching it for a minute anyway. ZKIN has a pretty interesting press release. They got recognized as intellectual property superiority enterprise, one of the highest intellectual property designations in China. So they basically got a very, very nice title in China, and it's caused the stock to move decently. But possible potential there. COCP, kind of meh on. They just did an update on their COVID-19, whatever they're working on. It's not really done much. VTIQ is the one that's going to be doing a merger with Nikola or whatever it is for the smart trucks or something. I don't know. But it could get some attention up until the merger. And then TCON, they had a successful Type B meeting with the FDA. So that got a little attention, but not a lot of volume on it right now. So pretty much most of the volume is on APOP and AMC. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right at the gate. What's up, Dom? Good morning, buddy. But yeah, there's a lot of press this morning, but there's not a lot of good press. It's like some press is decent, some press is really good, but a lot of it's just kind of meh. Like, to me, the Amazon hype on AMC is the best press I've seen so far this morning. But it is just hype. There's no guarantees that Amazon will buy AMC. So it's going to be kind of like, are people going to keep pushing this up the volume? And that's what we're going to be looking for, just off of the hype. But it's pretty much it. Not a lot on my press release, or my watch list this morning. I got like, 7 stocks I think on my watch list, but only 3 of them I really like anything about. NYSE is garbage. NYSE never holds its gains, so I'd be surprised to see if this make any move at all. Look at some of these shippers. I was hearing things that there's hype on the shippers. A little volume on the shippers, I guess. But not that much. Not enough to watch. Not enough to watch them. Then we got the SPY over Sunday night. Was all the way up to 295. Coming back down now. This bounced off this 289 area. But, you know, this guy's getting closer to that, Let me check something on my charts here. Exponential, okay. Just want to add this 100-day moving average on, just for resistance purposes. On the big chart up here. There we go. So 520. That doesn't matter. So we're at 645. Some support at 636 on AMC. Is it kind of like 631 maybe? What's up, One Life? Good morning. CYDY. Let's check CYDY. Oh, this is that OTC stock. Are you still holding this, Don? Are you holding this again? Or still? Doesn't seem to have a ton of volume right here at the... Oh, yeah, it's OTC stock. Not much happens in pre-market on these. They're presenting at Wall Street Reporter's next Super Stock live stream. It doesn't really, it's not really an indicator of anything good. They could be. Oh, you sold it? Okay, nice. Wrong laptop. I'm not sure. Okay, don't go. Okay. I know, man. I know. You know, sometimes we get attached to stocks and they just keep going. And you see these little arrows. Don't worry about these little arrows. They're gonna, as you can see there, they're gonna be automatically popping up on my charts, and I'll explain those later. Just remind me later in the stream. It's an experiment. I'm not paying attention to these arrows today, but I just want to see how they work. Good morning, Josh. But yeah, just remind me later in the stream to tell you what those arrows are for. What they're supposed to be doing. Which is a pretty interesting thing I found out, but I don't know whether it really works that well or not, so we'll see. We'll see. So AMC is going to sell off right here. APOP, I like how been kind of getting bought up at the 9. Let me kind of switch my 1 minute chart over here. We go. It's a nice sell-off so far on AMC. APOP selling off 2 right here at the gate. MYSZ popping up, a little ugly. A little ugly of a pop-up. Mara, nothing. ZKIN, nothing yet. CLCP, nothing yet. Do we have anything I'm missing? MYOK, it's a big stock. DECN never opened back up? This guy did open back up, I guess. Not really doing too much. Okay. Interesting. Interesting pattern on AMC. Possibly same thing on APOP maybe. So nothing is jumping out at me yet. Let's see, where's my... Oh, this is what it is. There we go. BPMX. Coming straight up so far. No reason for that. IMUX, same kind of thing. APOP, oh, 475. I thought you said 775. Yeah, there's some resistance right here, or some support right here at this 465 area, 470 area. But I mean, so far, yeah, could be a decent entry. We'll see what happens. Because on the 1 minute, it is getting bought up here on the bottoms of these candles. So maybe give it a few minutes here. Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with Daniel B here. That might have been the entry on this. It definitely might have been the entry. SPCB. Why is SPCB running? I don't really have a reason. It's not doing anything. It's not doing much. A little bit of selling pressure. Yeah, I think Daniel B was right. I think that was the entry on APOP. But there could be another. Let's wait it out and see here. There's definitely an opportunity to get in there. But yeah, these upper shadows now, a little selling pressure. So I'm gonna give it a little bit to shake it out a little bit here. Take Mara off my watch list. Mara's looking stupid. My problem with MYSZ is if you look back on this chart, you have a bunch of upper shadows. Red upper shadows. The stock never holds its gains. It'll gap up in the morning at some point and then it sells off and does nothing. It's pretty much what it always does. Yeah, A-Pop's a little sketchy now. He's just got this big red candle on the 1 minute. So there was a chance to make some quick money there so far, but for sure to see if it's gonna hold up, we don't know yet. That's why we gotta wait it out. We gotta wait everything out. Gotta be patient. Gotta be smart. Not looking to do any stupid stuff anymore. ZKIN's probably gonna sell off here. Depending on where that candle closes at. Yeah, A-Pop selling off as well. Yeah, man, go ahead and post your storm chasing thing. That's cool, man. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with that. AMC is playing games. Looks like everything's playing games, because I was kind of with you there for a second on A-Pop, but on this 1 minute, you had a nice little engulfing candle right here, but it, kind of a little bit more selling pressure took it over. Whoops. AMC is going to be interesting. But 550, I think, is going to be a pretty strong support for the AMC, maybe. We'll see. Altitude Chasing. Cool, I'll look that up. That's a cool name, man. You did a good job on that name. Oh, the old T-Con here. Keep an eye on T-Con. Right now, we don't have much else popping around. Okay. This guy moving, no press release though. But this guy is up. I'm gonna throw this up on the watch list. UAV. Okay, we got random stuff going straight up here. So let's throw UAV this up there. Let's see, just. VUZI starting to move. Dom, if this is another one of the wrong laptops. Nothing on VUZI yet, but it's got some potential. MC still around there. A-Pop, nothing yet that I like. Yeah, it's here, NYSZ. Ugly. This is going to sell off. I ain't even looking at this. I know what it's going to do. Just by looking at this past chart, I know exactly what NYSC is going to do. If it comes back up later, then I'll take a look at it, but play is so ugly. That's a pretty big run. That's not that big of a run, though. So, what, $1.05 down up to $1.16? T-Con selling off as well. T-Con sold off and it's back to where it was the day before. So actually, I'm going to keep T-Con on watch. There's not a lot of volume on it. But if it does start like maneuvering around, it's a possibility. See A-Pop down to that 450. This thing has got so much hype since that merger talk started coming out. This has moved from 14 to 19. See, last time, CLVS. Hey, $12 is $12. Nothing wrong with it. See what's happening with CLVS. Yeah, you got a quick pop up right out the gate. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Getting held up right there at the $10 mark, though. AMC is starting to come back up here. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on for a setup. Like I said, trying to be pretty smart here. We might get a potential setup here on AMC. T-Con. I see what you're doing. Tell you guys, keep an eye on T-Con. Keep an eye on this guy. Like, you don't need to watch it religiously, but just keep an eye on it. No, there's no volume yet, but just keep a little eye on that guy. Yeah, you're not wrong, Josh. Save it popping up. Let's see, is T-Con drop off? Yeah, T-Con dropped off. Okay. This is good. Be a good support area for APOP. Let's see, where's these candles at? Let's see, $4 basically. Yeah, $4. This probably is gonna go down to 4 here. Unless 432 holds up. That might hold up because of this candle here. So there is some potential here. If it goes down to 4 though, I would say if it goes down to 4, it potentially could be a buying opportunity. Right here, it may be a buying opportunity too, though. Let's see what happens. This candle right here will tell the story. We will know the story after this candle, which way this is going. AMC is starting to come back up. Looks like it wants to try to retest 6. This could be... See if this breaks 6. If this breaks 6, AMC might present a buying opportunity. Yeah, I'll tell you about the arrows later. We'll talk about the arrows later. I did a lot of studying over the weekend and a lot of learning, and I happened to run across something in my studying that I'm checking out. So I'll tell you guys about those later. I don't necessarily want to, I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about them later though. This is looking good if it keeps testing 6 here. There's a lot of sellers at 6, but if it can break 6, well, actually, let's see it. MARK, let's take a look at it. Oh, this guy here. I think if it breaks 125 on this candle, I think you got a shot. You see 125 is held up pretty strong there. And if buying volume comes in to push it over that 125, there definitely could be some potential. Mark's a jerk. Ha. Ha. Good one. Good one. The old dad jokes. Josh Dad Jokes Totem. That's your name. UAVS still going straight up. What are you doing? UAVS? Okay. APOP trying to hang in here in this area. What was it you guys asked me about? That was Mark. That's what it was. Let's see. Let's put Mark up here because Mark is getting some attention. Is there a crazy spread on this? No, there's not spread. Okay. I don't even know what to do about it. UAVS just going straight up. I can't do anything with that. Genius. So I'm going to leave that on there. See, Mark was what it was. Yeah, so see, Mark's still having trouble getting even back up to that 125. I mean, there's possibility. Mark has been a weird stock because it's not been running on, like, this run so far. I've been watching it this past week. There's been a lot of speculation on this run. Like, traders are posting pictures off of their website and things like that that's making it move. They've not released any official. You can see right there, as traders circulate emails appearing to show that they've confirmed a partnership. So you have nothing from Mark saying that they have a partnership. You just have traders showing emails that say it's a partnership. So AMRX. Oh yeah. Oh, this was an easy play to spot too. If I'd have saw this beforehand, this would have been money in the bank. This was an easy setup. And it was right here. I didn't even look right there. I should have looked. Very easy setup on AMRX. But very nice. We're going to put it on the watch list and keep an eye on it. Yeah, nice call out. Right at this moment, though, it was a little too high for me. I would have wanted to get in right here at the break of this kind of 430. Up here is a little too high, so got to let it shake out for a second. But I like the potential it's got. Let's see, higher Q1 results. Okay. What they do? Reaffirms their guidance, beat estimates. So we got good earnings on this guy. See, APOP's starting to come back up a little bit, but we still don't know yet what APOP's going to do. AMC's coming back up. Trying to break 6 here. I like these little candles that are building up. It's a little tight though right now. A little bit of, see, buying volume's also dipping off, so AMC actually could sell off some more. I'm gonna have to run in a few minutes, guys, so I'm not gonna probably take a trade before I have to run. But I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. But I think I'm gonna let things shake out just a little bit more. There's definitely some potential today. Definitely some potential. Hmm. Mark coming back down there. Now, Mark's not the fastest mover in the world. So if you are thinking about this, because I mean, you do have a little bit of a trend line starting to form. As long as it holds up that trend line, you're good to hold it. If you're thinking about getting in, maybe right there or something, because it is getting bought up off the 9, so it could keep moving. But it's not gonna. I don't think Mark is gonna rip pretty high. The other thing I don't like about it though is it's way up here, and it's at this kind of major resistance at 130 area. It's gonna be pretty major resistance. So AMRX coming back down some. And I think the next candle will start telling the story on AMRX. WTRH. Yeah, oh yeah, WTRH straight up so far. So we'll throw it up here too. T-Con, I see you. Yeah, AMC might sell off some more. APOP might sell off some more too. I'm not liking either of those right now. But alright guys, I'll be right back. Leave it on AMRX for the moment, I think. Yeah. So I'll be right back, guys. Give me a couple of minutes. Oh boy, AMRX. Easy, easy money. Missed that. APOP coming back up. Yeah, APOP had a quick little move up, but sold off. It's a nice little move, though. AMC slow. AMC there. TCON nothing. CP nothing. Waiter. Woo! Man, everything I wanted to rip while I was gone, I guess. What a move on Waiter. This is beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice, Waiter. Mark's still on that trend line. APOP probably is going to sell off after this. So Daniel B is in here calling out where the money's at today so far. $360 is going to be, well, $350. $350 is going to be a tough area for Waiter. But, I mean, that's still 50 cents away, so there's still a good opportunity there. Keep an eye on APOP, though. Let me see something. Still kind of on this downtrend, though. Quite a bit of downtrend on APOP still for it to break above. Is there anything I'm missing? AMRX, that was such a predictable move. AMC's downtrend is a little less crazy. A little less crazy than APOP's. GNUS. Interesting. Yeah, I think if AMC goes for 6 this time, it might get it. It might be. You know, that's what I was thinking myself. 637 is going to be some resistance if it does break 6. I just think APOP is just, you know, we're building lower lows. That's my problem with APOP. You know, we got low here, we got a low here. So I mean, the direction it's pointing to is down right now. AMC on the other hand, you know, I mean we do have a little bit lower lows. You know, pivot right there at 643. And that's kind of where it dropped down at. But it's kind of it stopped going down now at this point. It's kind of coming back around some, so we'll see. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to lean towards AMC myself. Say RMX, dude. MRX dropping off now. Let's see, this is another possible win. Not a lot of volume on it at the moment, but I don't know. APOP is getting bought up a little bit right here. Still getting bought up at that 437 area, so there's still potential on it. Go with WTRH, sell at $4. It's so high up right now, man. I don't. We've not had a pullback yet. I don't want to hop in. I think it has potential to at least get back up to get up to 350, but I just want a better setup. This is just kind of straight up. Let's see what that candle does on AMC. I know what you're saying, Daniel. I know what you're saying. But I mean, it's already ran 50 cents with not really a pullback. I mean, if it breaks 3, it definitely could start moving. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm not sold yet on it. I'm not convinced. So Mark cracked this trend line. AMC starting to look interesting here. They're starting to pull back a little bit. Okay, ZKIN. Not a lot of volume, but still possibly potential there. AMC's really struggling with 6. I don't know if it's going to be able to break 6 or not. Just looking at these 1 minute candles, there's a lot of selling pressure keeping it down, but I don't know. It's starting to look. Okay, yeah, this candle's starting to look good. Let's see. Hmm. See, still a lot of upper shadows on the 1 minute chart. Keeps trying to break 6. I kind of wish the setup was a little more clean on it. Starting to break though. But I want to see, it could get held up at 605 here. See, yeah, and it did break. It did break 605. I'm starting to like this a little bit. Hmm. My opinion on Bitcoin, I feel like Bitcoin is it's too uncertain. What Bitcoin's value lies in what it can do as far as like holding a ledger, but it really has no value. Like the value that it has is just pure perspective value. And there's too many, there's like a ton of different cryptocurrencies. And sure, one could be, a very worldwide, global used currency at some point. That is possible, but we don't know which one it's going to be. The first idea is not always the best idea. Bitcoin was first of its kind. Could be a good one, maybe not. You never really know. Somebody could come out with a crypto that does a lot better than Bitcoin, does what Bitcoin does, but better. So it's just kind of, there's a lot of uncertainty for me in all of that. ZKIN starting to come up here. Trying to break 150. Take CLVS off here. Wader's still struggling. AMRX might get ready to make another move possibly. And AMC still getting held up. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's take his downtrend line off. Waiting to see if AMC tries to go for another break of 6. Looks like it's going to. AVS is pushing up as well. What's the SPY doing? The SPY is just at 290. Right, coming up. Yeah, AMC might still sell off. It got the break of 6, but it's just a quick little break, and it didn't get much higher than that 605, which was what I was worried about. Ooh, APOP looks like it might drop off in a second. It keeps testing this bottom support at 431. So that could drop off. Wader's still pulling back. ZKIN still a possibility. Ooh, AMC selling off pretty hard here. Hmm. $260. If Wader, let's see, 270. ANY, let's check it out. ANY is a mover. What, did you get halted? Yeah, circuit breaker halt going straight up. Out of nowhere, so that's kind of pumpy. That's kind of pumpy. We'll put it on the watch list just because it did get halted. So, what, it got halted on 100,000 volume, so it's not that much volume either for it to get halted on. I don't know. I don't feel about that. Well, let's see. APOP's starting to come back up here, actually. Possibly. $20 on Shopify. Nice. Just do not like these upper shadows on APOP, man. These upper shadows, these long wicks. It's a lot of selling pressure when it gets up to that 520 area, 525 area. AMRX, let's see. Yeah, AMRX has got some potential possibly still. It's got a lot of resistance at that 470 area, though. I mean, the 200's there, and then you can draw the line straight across, and you can pretty much see it. If it does get over that, though, it's got room up to 624. Resistance at 5, too, so like 470 and 5. Bank of America and JP Morgan, maybe, sure. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's got a bad name, you know. They 2008, they were kind of a big reason for the housing market crash because of the way they were handing out loans. So, me personally, I don't care what happens with Wells Fargo. I would never invest in them. So, yeah, AMC's starting to sell off. But that's just from a kind of a moral standpoint. But yeah, banks, I mean, see ZKIN coming up here. I might actually go on ZKIN. Hadn't had a lot of volume yet. I'm liking how it's starting to come back up. Oh, China play. I said, yeah, I said Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, sure. I just said that Wells Fargo, I just don't personally like. I didn't disagree. I didn't say buying banks was a stupid idea. I agreed. I said it was a good idea, Daniel B. Come on. I just said Wells Fargo. Me personally, I just don't like them. That's me. I don't bank with Wells Fargo. I have I think one credit card with Wells Fargo that I don't use, so I just don't like them. And that's just me. Well, usually he's right if I have a stupid idea. I don't. I mean, I don't think what I said was that stupid. Yeah, I feel it, man. And this is another upper shadow on APOP. I feel like APOP's gonna crack. I'm starting to lean towards ZKIN. It doesn't have a lot of volume yet. Let's see, Waiter's back up to 3. Ooh, actually, I may go on Waiter here. What, we got 30 seconds for this candle to close. CAPR, the old capper. Alright, TCON we can take off here. It's selling off. Oh yeah, capper. Nice move so far. That's a good predictable play possibly there. I'm going to go back to Waiter. See a setup on Waiter. Give it just a second, but I'm starting to lean towards Waiter here. You're in at 286. I'm really thinking about it. I got my hand on the trigger. I like that entry though. 286. That's a nice low entry. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. The only thing that's making is a little nervousness is this little volume bar here. It's kind of died off of volume all of a sudden. But it could be getting ready to start going here. ZKIN's moving up some though. ZKIN or Waiter? Which one do I want to go on? Much volume. We still haven't a lot of volume on this yet though. And it just straight back down. That's disgusting. This is not doing anything. I'm gonna start shrinking down my watch list here. GNUS actually looks okay. UVS still going straight up. Now we're starting to get a little volume back in Waiter. Yeah, AMC selling off. Take AMC off. APOP still possibly. MARK's making a nice move up. Oh yeah, and this just popped over, so I may go on ZKIN. Yeah, I'm going on ZKIN here. I think this is about to start ripping maybe up to 175, and then we'll see where it goes from there. There we go. Starting to move a little bit here. Trying to push up. Upper shadow here, so I may have to get out really quick. Yeah, I don't like that upper shadow at all. I'm gonna put a stop loss at 149. If it cracks below 150, then I'll be out. 10-cent stop loss. WTR's breaking 3 now. I thought it was going to. I couldn't make my mind up on both of these. But I like that. I like WTRH. That was a good play. Good setup. ZKIN is trying to figure out which way it wants to go here. See, we got resistance at 170. See, 156. Actually, I'm gonna move my stop loss up a few cents. Put it at 152. Because if it doesn't keep pushing up, then it's gonna come back down. And it's starting to get a little sketchy. Yeah, it's about to crack. I'm probably about to take a loss here. It couldn't quite get it. Let's see if 155 can hold up. But these upper shadows are starting to look pretty ugly. So if I get stopped out, it is what it is. See, how's Wader looking? Yeah, Wader's looking still looking pretty good. Yeah, it's about to crack. I'm about to get stopped out. Really wanted 155 to hold, and it's below 155. Yeah, there you go. I got stopped out. That was a delay on that stop, though. So, alright, took that loss there. Wader was the play. Wader was the play. So, yeah, good job, Daniel, to be on the call out on Wader, because that definitely was the play. It's definitely going to keep moving up, too. Let's see, APOP. APOP is trying to hang in here. Mark popped up too. Several opportunities to make some money today. AMRX back down to there. Capper. Yeah, so Wader is what I'm gonna look at. That tick is APOP starting to come back up. Wader's going, looks like it's having a little bit more of a pullback here. VT, let's look at this guy. VTIQ all the way up to 2040 so far. So people are really buying into this merger news on whatever that is. Totally get rich Tuesday. All right, Josh, have a good one, buddy. APOP's starting to pop up here a little bit. It is. It's just buying the rumor and selling the hype on VTIQ. That's all it is. People buying it on that news that eventually that merger is going to go through. So it's getting attention. Still upper shadows on APOP. MYSZ starting to come back up a little bit. It actually hasn't sold off. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm watching too, Diamonds. It's thinking that same thing. You know, it's getting squeezed. It's hard to tell. I mean, it's been a lot of selling pressure up above it. That's what makes me nervous on it. MYSZ looks barcodey. I don't like that at all. Mark's still climbing too. Hmm. Hmm. I might go here on waiter. Hmm. Capper over. If Capper breaks 8, it does have the potential to get going there. What's up, Epic? AMRX, possibly. Mark is still running up. Epic, share some wisdom. Give us some wisdom. WTRH starting to sell off a little bit. UAVS starting to pop too. Yeah, Mark is starting to go crazy here. It's broken over all resistance on the chart. If it breaks 150, it could really possibly get going. UAVS and Weight are both popping. Very nice moves on both of these guys. Oh shit, okay. We'll go a small little position here on APOP and see if it tries to break over 5 or not. Starting to push up. Again, it's like the third time it started coming up to 5, so we'll see. Buying volume starting to come in a little bit here. So it hit that $5 mark. That upper shadow is a little ugly. Yeah, there's another big upper shadow. Let's see if this volume holds up and keeps pushing this up. This might start selling off now. Yeah, this is probably going to start selling off. Very possibly. Them upper shadows again. It's probably going to pop down. I don't know which way APOP is going to go here. I'm glad I don't have a very big position on this. It looks like it's going to go down to me at this point. But still, it's still pushing up in this area a little bit. WTRH is at support. Down there at 3, yeah. I like WTRH. It's what I should have went when I had, I took the big position majority of my funds today on. I should have took it on WTH instead of ZKIN. But I thought ZKIN was going to get going. I mean, I'm not risking much on this play. Maybe like $10 or something on this little squeeze on APOP. See if it can push through 5 here soon. I know, yeah, you're right, Dom, exactly. Got lower shadows and upper shadows. My concern is the upper shadows are, just way bigger. That's selling pressure at 5, but if buying volume starts coming in, we really hasn't had too much buying volume. I don't know. It's going to go one way or the other. Right at this second, I'm not sure. I thought for a second, it had some volume coming in. Thought that was going to be the push, but it didn't push. It was a quick little push up to 5. We're not getting a strong push. Starting to push up a little bit now. And back down. Another upper shadow on this candle. I think if it can break above 5, I think that's when shorters will start covering, because I think this is a shorter battle. I think the shorters are fighting on this. So if it starts breaking 5, I'd imagine they would start covering, and then it would start pushing up really nicely. So let's see if it can break 5. Getting a little bit slower of a climb up to it now, instead of going straight up, which is a little bit better of a sign. Oh yeah, I know. I'm being very careful on it. That's why I'm keeping a close eye. I ain't got but 40 shares. I ain't got a lot of shares on this. But if it breaks 5, I think it can at least run enough to where I can maybe make $30 off of this 40 shares, possibly. That time, the push up to 5 didn't cause an upper shadow. It looks like 5 might break here. Yeah, starting to break 5. Tried to. Took out some of the sellers there. So still not breaking yet. So we still got a fight going on. Still got a battle. A little bit of an upper shadow on that red candle. Ooh, don't come back down too far. And pushing back for 5 again. We are in the middle of a war, or I am anyway. This is a price action war going on right here. I don't know. We still need more buying to come in to push it through. We're getting decent buying volume, but it's not enough to push these shorters out. These shorters want a hold of it bad. And shorters may be adding to their positions at 5 when every time it comes back up and doesn't break. That could be what's holding them back. They're building their positions at 5, looking for it to crack. But if that's the case, see there again. There again, right at 5, selling off. I think that's what it is. It's quick, because every time it hits 5, it comes right back down really quick. And you saw it just did it again. Boy, it's really trying though. Struggling, but it is trying. That's a good close on that 1 minute candle. At this point, I think this is either going to be a big rip or a big drop. It all comes down to who wins this battle right here at $5. Who's got the bigger pockets? Shorters or bulls or bears? Who y'all got, Bulls or Bears? See there, we started breaking over 5 for a second, right back down again. The 1 minute candles keep pushing up. They keep opening up just a little bit higher and a little bit higher each time. And we're almost breaking this downtrend. So if it's going to break, it needs to do it real soon. If it doesn't break real soon, it's probably not going to, and the shorters are going to win this battle. Nope, some more buyers came in there on that 1 minute candle, pushing it back up. I don't know. Toro, I know. I really don't know if it's going to break or not. This is really... The pressure is coming from both sides. Starting to pop over 5 again here. Right back below 5 again. We might have a little drop here, maybe. Let's see. Pushing back up a little bit. Boy, what a battle. This is such a battle, man. It's back and forth. Looks like the sellers, well, maybe not. I was about to say, looks like they were starting to win a little bit, but we're starting to curl over on the 1 minute chart. You see the buyers pushing it up, and now the sellers have been holding it back and slowly pushing it back down. So the sellers are winning right at this second. Yeah, you can see it's starting to struggle with getting over 492. So yeah, I think the sellers might have won this battle. May have to get out here. Oop, yeah, there's a big drop there. On that 1 minute candle anyway. Let's see. See if the sellers get full hold of this. It looks like they got it to me on the 1 minute, but still trying to get. Yeah, this is looking real sketchy now. Yeah, sellers got it. Sellers have a hold of it. That's it. So when's this candle close? Let's see where this candle closes at. But I'm pretty sure the sellers won. I think it's about to come down pretty hard. Yeah, I'm getting out of this. Yeah, so couldn't win. Why didn't I wait for the confirmation of the break? Because I was seeing a nice little buying pressure moving up the stock right there. I mean, it got all the way up to 506. I mean, that was, that was 25 cents you could have got there just off of looking at that buying pressure. I was just looking for a bigger break. I was looking for to try to break 5, but couldn't do it. A lot of buying volume was coming in. It was a good battle, though. Nasty sell-off. That's what I was concerned about. See, every time it come up to 5, you can see all these, each one of these upper shadows, it would come up to 5, and then all of a sudden it would come right back down. It was like the shorters were adding to their positions, because when you're shorting, you're hitting sell. So that's what it looked like to me, was they were adding to their positions. Oh well. I didn't take it because it was because I wasn't sure if it was going to break. I was waiting for it to break. I mean, I could have took the 25 cents there. I mean, I only lost $5 on this. I only had 40 shares, but I could have took the 25 cents. What's Wader doing? Oh yeah, Wader's still coming back up. So Wader's slowly moving today. A very nice slow move. More X down, VTIQ coming back up. Mark still coming back up. All right. UAVS got it to $1.72. Okay. So 2 losses today. I'm 2 losses, about $35 altogether. Yeah, 35. ZKIN couldn't break either, so I had a couple of fake out breakouts. MYSZ moving up, trying to get above $1, but still nothing yet. So barcodey. I hate this stock. I don't know why that stock gets any attention. NNDEM just popped up at 10 cents. Starting to break $1 here. First time it's been over $1 in a little while. In almost a month. Has no press release. But if it breaks $1, yeah, there it goes. It's starting to break $1 here. It's a pretty extended candle though. I didn't take the 25 cents because I was waiting for it to break. You know, through this 5 minute candle, it looked like it might have potential to break. I couldn't confirm it was going to crack until it, dropped any lower than this. It could have been just a little sell off, and then it could have kept breaking. But I should have took it because I did see all that selling coming in at 5. I was holding it up. It is what it is. It's okay. What was I looking at though? NMDM. I want to see what this is gonna do. I'll get them tomorrow. I'm gonna get a big win here in the next couple of days, for sure. But honestly, I'm testing some stuff I learned over the weekend. I'm testing it. So I've saw what I've needed to see so far today. I took those losses, but that's okay. Those losses were part of the experience of what I'm testing. So, in any case, both trades I was up for a moment, and that's what I wanted to see, is if I could see the full breakout or not. And neither one of them broke out, but I was up 10 cents for a second there on ZKIN, and I was up 25 cents on APOP. So that's what I wanted to see. So my entries were decent entries. So while I didn't lock in, I wanted to learn something, and I learned what I needed to learn. So that's the important part. $35 is not that big a deal. Oh, the water went down the wrong hole. Terrible. Everything's starting to come back down, and I'm dying right now. Oh my goodness. All right. I might even try it again on waiter here. I might even, because I got a little bit left. I got $20 left. So I'm not going to look for a big profit, but I want to test my thing one more time. God, this thing just keeps running. Home waiter popped up, so. I'm gonna go on waiter here on this 5 shares and let's see what happens. I could have gotten 3, you're right. There's some resistance there, but the waiter showed me something. Waiter showed me a thing. No, it's not FOMO. I'm going in with 5 shares. I didn't jump in waiter because of FOMO. Like I'm not missing out on that much on $5. But I could have caught it. I could have caught it at 3. I almost jumped in waiter back here with you, and when you said yours in at 286, I was already looking at it in that 280, 290 area. I just took a different route with ZKIN. Just fine. It's all fine. Fine and dandy. And waiter coming down a little bit here. Let me see something. Is there some reason that 325 is some resistance? No, it's still got room all the way up to 350, so. No, I know what you're saying. You don't. I know you're trying to help One Life. I know what you're talking about and everything. I know you're trying to help, but you don't know what's going on up here right now. So that's what I'm trying to do is figure out something in my head. Like I said, I'm testing something. Just let me test. This is 5 shares. It's not that big a deal. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's fine. That answers my last little questions on something. So I'll get there eventually. It's not. I mean, I'm not intensely, holding waiter on 5 shares right now. Yeah. You know what it is, One Life. You know what it is that you probably have an idea. If I told you what I was doing, then you would probably know, but I don't want to say anything until I get it all worked out in my head, and then we'll talk about it all. It may not be today, but the next couple of days we'll start talking about it. I don't know yet. It may be nothing. I'll let you know when I get there. I know it's mysterious and suspenseful, but we'll get there when we'll get to that road when it happens. We'll cross that bridge when that bridge presents itself. Right now, it would be a waste of time of me talking about it until I've got it worked out in my head. Because right now, I don't have it exactly. It's just some stuff, okay? It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I'm just testing some things. Don't freak out. UVS starting to pop back up a little bit. See, Wader looks like it might start selling off a little bit here. May come back down some. 307. What's lagging? The WTRH? Yeah, technical analysis. Um, learn price action. Study price action. It's epic. Price action is going to be the biggest key to day trading because the thing that moves stocks is people. So volume and price action together. Matter of fact, just to get you on the right page, you can learn about indicators and all that stuff as much as you want to, but right now, as a new trader, price action and volume. Nothing but price action and volume. Learn price action and volume. Study price action and volume. I'm repeating this so it sticks in your head. Go learn price action and volume. Don't just watch one video. Watch multiple videos. Read books on it, whatever you can do. Articles, anything. Price action and volume. Huh? No, what I texted you about one life, I don't know which thing you're talking about, but that's what the arrows are. And that I'm testing too, but that's not what I was testing on Wader. These arrows, I'll tell you guys about these arrows. Thinkorswim has the ability to put in patterns and it will automatically mark them on the chart for you. So that's what these arrows are. I've got some candlestick stuff in here. Like this is an engulfing candle right here. It's a big green candle. And it marked it just to remind you in case you forget that it's an engulfing green candle. But you know, that's a sign of a reversal. We went straight up, red candles down, didn't drop too much. So then buying came back in and pushed it up, break over that 292 area, and that's what I was looking at when I was debating between ZKIN and Wader. I was waiting for to see if this was going to close over this red candle to finish this engulfing candle, but you can see there easily, you know, in at 3, you get it up to 325. That's a easy. This is a easy 25 cents right here. This is such an easy setup without Thinkorswim automatically marking it. If you know your candles, then you can call that out. But the problem with these arrows is, which like I said, that's why I'm not paying attention to the arrows right now, is because it, and you can see I've got some other stuff on the chart too. I was just seeing if any of this would actually show up, but I haven't seen any of these other classic patterns show up. I've only seen the candles. But the problem with these candles is, with Thinkorswim marking it, you kind of have to adjust it and mess around with it. So like I'm going to leave it on for a while and just kind of observe what it's doing and mess with these things. Not for really any reason, but just because, you know, if you have something that's an AI that can tell you a buy signal like that. That's pretty cool. But no, that's I mean I am testing that, but that's not what I'm testing of why I got in on Wader. But Wader's starting to, I don't know. Wader's still looking okay. What do you mean, Daniel B? That is easy. That's a clean setup. That was a clean setup. You could have easily, if you saw that engulfing candle with the volume coming in, that's a good setup. Daniel, you're the one who called this play out. You were seeing all these nice little green small candles, nice little buying volume, nothing too crazy going on. So I mean that's nice predictable play. Now you just have to wait for a setup because I'm not getting in any of these candles. This is not showing me anything other than that the stock is going to keep moving up. So now you got to wait for a pullback. You wait for your pullback. You get an engulfing candle right there with that volume starting to come in, and boom, it's a nice easy setup. This is as easy as it gets. That's a very clean, easy setup if you know what you're looking for. Yeah. Yeah, it is pinching real tight. That's why I'm still holding right at the second because these red candles are really, really small. And if buying comes back in, it could keep going up. But right now at this moment, it's hard to say. I was interested, Daniel B. I sit here and looked at it. I was ready to buy in. I had my finger on the trigger, sir. But I was back and forth between ZKIN. And I went with ZKIN instead because Wader, back through here there wasn't a ton of volume. I mean, we still don't have we don't even have that much volume on Wader now. The most volume we had was on this one candle at 1 million. So that was an easy setup when you got something else that's setting up as well. This one didn't have that much volume either, really. So I kind of, yeah, that's where my mistake was there. But it did get a pop up. But Wader doesn't have any press release or anything, and ZKIN had a very good press release for Chinese stocks. So, I admit it. I was wrong on ZKIN. It didn't break out, I made the wrong choice. But that it is what it is. It's not that, it's not that big a deal. But I could have caught this easy setup. Wader on the 1 minute looks barcodey right now. Just no volume at the moment. Very little volume. What's going on? Is the SPY starting to do something weird? No, SPY's still slowly climbing up. You guys keep talking crazy. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Wader's starting to go sideways. Time is it? Okay. And more eggs starting to pop back up a little bit. EVYE. Wow, that's straight across ugly pattern. CYTK starting to come up to $20. If you like a bigger play, you might, if it breaks $20. got a lot of room to run. FDA fast track designation. It's an interesting play. I want to see if that breaks out. Yeah. Break it down easier for me. I don't like where that stop loss is. Alright. Michael, day trade. I day trade and have long term positions as well. Where's that one? CYTK. Here it goes. Starting to come up to 20 now. See if it breaks. Not a lot of volume on it at the moment. No, I don't do options. So it got stuffed at 20. Waiter's starting to... Starting to look a little ugly. Maybe. No. Whatever... No, I don't focus on any certain category. It's all... Whatever has volume. Categories don't move stocks. Volume is what moves stocks. You got whatever has volume. That's where I'm looking at for day trades. I'm not looking at anything else. I don't care what sector they're in. I don't care, about really anything about the company. It's about if they've got volume and if the setups present themselves. Now, if something like, a couple weeks ago when the oil was super low and we had some oil stocks like NAT coming back up, in that instance, yeah, I would look at a certain sector if a certain sector has got all the attention on it, but that goes back to volume. If they've all got volume, then you'd want to look there. Yeah, I just got me out of this. Okay. How do you set your volume up on TOS? You got to go to the settings thing. And then go to, let's see, where's it at? No, it's actually, I think it's on general. Yeah, right here. If you go to general, there's this overlap volume right here, and you just click it on or off. So if you click it on, it'll do that. If you click it off, then it'll do that. And then if you go to appearance, right now you can do it, you can change it blue, or you can do color as symbol ticks. It depends. It depends on on my scanner, like over here. Daniel B. So you see right here is a little sun looking setting button like this, and you click customize, and then you just go there and volume, and then add a volume over. Is that what you're talking about, Satoshi? So like, you just remove anything that's in your way, but it'll show up in order from top to bottom, left to right. Let's see, Michael, most positions. Do you take large or small positions? Depends. Depends on several different factors. You know, like if you're new, you don't want to be taking large positions. Just trade with like a couple of shares. If you're new, like don't trade out. Just trade with like 5 shares. You know, 5 shares or 10 shares, something like that. If you're new, because you don't want to be going in big. But like it depends on the play. Depends on the market conditions. If it's kind of a slower filling market, then I'm going to go smaller. If it's a hot market, then I'm going to go bigger on my positions. So that's what you gotta kind of think of. But like right now, don't trade with a lot. Like I did 5 shares on this because I was testing something. I'm not going to risk much on a test. Now, I did kind of on ZKIN. I went 300 shares on this. Wasn't really tested much, but I was looking for a big breakout and it didn't get it. It got a quick little pop up and then right back down. There you go. Good job, Satoshi. I don't think Daniel B was asking, or I don't think Satoshi was asking what the volume bars was. Daniel B. I think he was asking me how did I get the volume right here on the side of my scanner. Is what he was saying. So the most predictable trade today would be WTRH. But like to understand this, if you're that new, it's going to take you got to do some studying. You got to learn about price action, volume, support and resistance. But you can see here, Wader was coming up, and Daniel B called this out back here somewhere around here. The stock is going straight up at this point. You can't just get in a stock that's going straight up. I mean, you could, but that's not a good entry to get in on this many green candles in a row. There's going to be a pullback, and you see it had some selling. And then this candle held up. That's as far as it got down, and then you got this nice setup here. So basically you'd enter around $3, $2.95, and you could have got 25 cents, maybe 30 cents, depending if you got in a little earlier. But you could have got 30 cents from here to here. So I think what you're getting at is like how much money can you make day trading, and you got to be consistent first. You're not going to be making easy money, but that 30 cents there, if you've got 100 shares, that's $30. $300 to get 300 shares right here at $3. 25, 30 cent move, 30, 20, $25, $30. So it's like a 9% gain, in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. It's not bad. If you got a bigger account and you had 1,000 shares and got in at $3 all the way up to here, then you're going to make $250, possibly $300. So that 9% gain, depending on your position size, can be more money, but there's kind of a lot to it. You got a lot of learning to do, but just keep learning. What do you mean when I say 25 to 30 cents? if you got in at 295 up to 325, that's 30 cents. I know you got in at 286, you bought down here, so I mean maybe 40 cents if you want to get in down here, but like right here though, you didn't know for sure if this was going to keep coming up. This could have easily just sold off like this. Like right at this point right here, it's like, okay, support, maybe some support held up or whatever, but you don't know for sure. The safest entry is right here. Right as soon as this candle crossed over 293, that's the safest entry. So 293 to 324 is what? 30 cents. I don't. Options, you have to have a margin account. And because I don't really believe in margin accounts because you're using somebody else's money to trade, I just wouldn't ever do it. And if you're a new trader, you absolutely should not be on a margin account. There's no reason. If you are a new trader, do not be on a margin account. If you're a new trader, don't be on a margin account. If you're a new trader, don't be on a margin account. Because you will blow it up and you will lose more money than you put in it. So that's why I don't like options. I don't know. I've never traded options, so I don't know. I mean, price action, if you learn price action will translate to options, to Forex, to cryptocurrencies. Price action is just simply, supply and demand. Is the buyers winning the war over the sellers? Is the stock making healthy moves up like WTRH? This is the same thing. If you brought up a Forex pair, you'd look for the same thing, that price action and volume coming in to push the stock up. I don't know if I can pull up Forex pairs on here. I think let's try. I'm trying to think of how. Here we go. No, is that it? I'm trying to think of how. There we go. Here we go. U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. So same thing. You look at this. Price action. You don't have volume, but you can see the price action in these candles. So the same thing applies for Forex. This is Forex. This is currency pairs. But you see, you're having a sell-off here. It opened up. It's been coming up, coming up, coming up. Drops back down. You got some support. Whoops. You got some support right across here. New pivot point. Bounces off that support. You could have got an entry there. And now you got the buying coming in. And you've got this currency pair from 106.78 all the way up to 107.693. So that's a whole point, basically, on this currency pair. Which currency is a little bit different. The Forex is a little bit different the way it trades because you're not buying shares of stock. You're buying lot sizes or whatever, and it moves by points. But still, the point is the price action is what is going to work regardless on whether it's Forex, options, or whatever. Whatever, anything that's buying and selling, there's going to be price action. Price action is in real estate too. If you're in a market and everybody's buying up houses and the value in that neighborhood is shooting up, then that's some good price action. That might be a good neighborhood to buy in because the value might keep going up. It doesn't, this is not a price action, and all that is not a. Yeah, margin is good when your daddy can back you up. But price action is not only specific to stocks or options or even stock market. Any supply and demand buying and selling, you're going to have price action. And it's seeing that, movements. If more people are buying it, then the price of whatever it is going to go up. There is more profits in options to an extent because options, you're trading with margin. So yeah, in the sense that you can get 16 to 1, say you got $100 and you're on a margin account and they're going to give you 16 to 1 or 20 to 1 or something like that on your money. So they're going to give you $2,000 on your $100 to trade with. Yeah, you can make a lot bigger profits, but the risk is so much higher because you're buying with margin. You're not, you know, you're not you're not buying with your own money, so you're risking a lot. And the way margin works, if you're wrong and you lose and it goes below whatever, whatever your trade is, and they gave you 2,000 and you lost that whole 2,000 even though you had only $100 in your account, well, now you owe them that whole 2,000 and whatever was left in your account. So you don't, with a margin, you can lose what's in your account, and you can lose your house, your cars, your bank account, your chihuahua, your pet rat. Like, you can lose everything on a margin account. So, like, yeah, the profits might be higher in that sense, but you know, the risk is a lot riskier. And it's not about, like, you can say that. Let me put it this way for you. Profit is not relevant. How much profit you can make is not relevant to options. It's not relevant to stocks. Once again, we're going back to price action and supply and demand. The amount of profit you can make on anything could be more than another thing. Like, it doesn't just have to be, stock market versus options. Real estate, you can sit there and flip houses real quick and only make $5,000 in profit on your monthly flips or 2-month flips. You can also buy one house, take a whole year to fix it up, and then turn around and sell it for maybe $300,000 more. So, like, it just depends. It depends who you are and what you're trying to do. So asking that question of, does options make more profit? Possibly, but anything can make more profit. So look at, like, a stock market. If you scale up, if you grow your account and you start scaling up, and now you want to go in, you get in a wader back here with 10,000 shares in this dip right here in this area, and you got 10,000 shares up to 25 cents, up to 325. We'll say 30 cents. What's 30 cents on 10,000 shares? $3,000. So, I mean, if you've got the capital, you could make $3,000 off this little rip. So, profit is relative. Like, don't look at trading options or stocks or anything by how much profit can I make. Because in any instance, in any business, and this is a business, in any instance or case, you will be able to make profit more than anything else in anything that you do, depending on how you do it. So it's not really, I mean, of course you can do spreads. There's all, you can minimize risk in anything. You can minimize risk in day trading and options in real estate. There's always ways to minimize risk. So, the question is, what do you want to do? Do you want to trade options? Do you want to trade stocks? Do you want to sell Pokemon cards to, people? Like, what do you want to do? Because whatever you want to do, that you're going to make profit off of it eventually if you keep doing it and keep getting better and better at it. So that's what you got to look at. Look at what you like. If you understand options better than you do stocks, then maybe go with options. If you like options, then that's up to you. But you can be profitable and you can minimize risk in anything. In anything that's a business, anything that's supply and demand, you can minimize your risk and maximize profits. I wouldn't rely on insurance. Like, you're relying on, I don't know. That sounds scary. Mark's level 2 is insane. It's got some buyers for sure. Definitely buying volume coming in, Mark. This thing is just ripping and ripping and ripping. Nasty rip. But yeah, just don't, you know, we like to, when it comes to like picking something, we like to niche it down and break it down to a very small area. But with supply and demand, and all this is supply and demand. Anything like I said, that's a business is supply and demand. Those rules apply across the board, no matter what it is. So those type of questions, you're more trying to break down options versus day trading, but the questions are answered the same across the board when you really think about it. So that's what you gotta look at. All right, guys. Yeah, and there's a lot of different platforms that that's going to depend. I don't know what platform is the best options platform, but I like Thinkorswim. It's free. It has everything you need. Why do I have good till canceled on here? It's everything you need. I'm pretty sure you can trade options on Thinkorswim too, but I don't know how good their execution is with options and all that. So unfortunately, I can't help you there. But for stocks, Thinkorswim is just fine. I mean, I would probably like just read Google reviews on platforms for options. Like get the 5 best rated ones or something like that, or top 10 best rated ones, and just read their reviews. Robinhood, I don't know. I don't know about options on Robinhood. Robinhood is a mess. I've been against Robinhood for a long time. I have a video in my library that got very little views because it went against the grain, and I was telling everybody not to use Robinhood to day trade. So like I'm against Robinhood. Like if you're going to use a phone app, I like Webull better. I don't know if Webull has options trading, but Webull at least has the desktop platform that you can hop on. But I don't know. Robinhood's just garbage. Peter Panis. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mark is nuts. Weeble's not the greatest either, though. Like I say, Weeble, but I said it's better than Robinhood. But I would imagine Thinkorswim is probably better for options than Weeble is. Because Weeble's a new broker too. Robinhood's just had way more problems than Weeble. Weeble's been pretty consistent with everything that it does. But I think you're best off for day trading. Like if you're doing swings and long term holding, a Weeble phone app is fine. But day trading, you want really a desktop platform, even if it's options. E Trade, I've heard, is pretty good. You stock trade, I have no idea. I mean, E Trade's kind of like TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim. E Trade's been around for a long time, so it's probably a decent one. Like I said, just go read the reviews. If you just go read their reviews and look at the reviews that are about options, that's all you gotta do. Yeah, exactly. Robinhood is, and I would rather hold mine in Webull than Robinhood anyway, because Robinhood, they've had glitches, they've had problems with executions. Like Robinhood's had problems after problems after problems. So I would use Webull over Robinhood for holding stocks as well. Like, I just wouldn't use Robinhood. Robinhood is trash. Like, Weeble's not bad, but, you know. I mean, if that's not the question you want to ask, Michael. You don't want to ask what can I dump $300 into, because the honest answer is I would rather if you want to dump out $300, dump it in my pocket, because you're going to lose it anyway by asking people what you should dump your $300 in. So if you just want to lose $300, I'll take it. Actually, right. I got Super Chat up. If you want to lose $300, just go ahead right now and just tip me on Super Chat with that $300, and I'll take it off your hands. What you want to do is study for long term. You want to go find out how to find stocks that are long term. I have a lot of videos looking at different things, different stocks and stuff, where you can see kind of the stuff I look at. But you want to look for. My biggest thing, if you're looking for something, I'm not saying this stock, I'm just going to use this example, and I'll show you several examples. But you want to learn how to find those, you want to find those long-term stocks. But like you can see, Apple's been on an uptrend forever. So most likely Apple's not going to come back down to $100 unless something crazy happens. Same thing, the SPY is the ETF of the market. It's been coming up forever. Since 1995, it's been coming up. So I like to look for stocks that have always been moving in an upward direction for the long term. But that's just one part of it. There's a lot that goes into it. So just study what you need to learn about how to read a balance sheet, how to read press releases, how to read their income statement, different things like that. Where did we go here? Mark, here it is. But yeah. Oh yeah, no, it is I didn't know if you were serious or not. Some people come into the chat and they ask that. They're like, where should I put my money? And I'm like, well, if you're asking me where you should put your money, then I'm going to tell you in my pocket, because you're just going to probably lose it anyway. I mean, you could get lucky and buy 300 shares of something like, a big company like Coca-Cola or something, and you probably make money off of it. But, a lot of people asking that question, they'll get the answer of some garbage penny stock, like especially on forums and groups and stuff, or even like Mark, at this point right now, I guarantee there is somebody on a Weeble board or a Robinhood board or a Yahoo board somewhere saying, buy Mark right now, buy all the shares, it's going to go to the moon. I guarantee there's somebody saying that right now on one of those boards. And while Mark does look like it's going to push up a little bit more, I highly doubt that it's going to the moon. I don't think it's going to $15 here. That was back in 2018. But people ask that question, and they usually get a bad answer, and they lose their money. So that's why I said, if you want to get rid of some money, I'll take it off your hands. Let's see where we at here. There we go. So, all right. Any more questions, suggestions, or ideas? I give the stream about 5 minutes here, and then I'm going to call it a day. I'm ready. I'm ready for tomorrow. But I got a lot of stuff I got to do today to get till tomorrow, so. You're right, Daniel B. It's my second shirt, man. My second shirt. I got to stop wearing two shirts. That's why I lose all the time. The platform doesn't matter. Your price action's not in the platform. Your price action is in what the hell the price is doing. Do I invest in real estate? Yes, I do. Am I experienced invested in real estate? No, I'm not. Am I trying to get there? Yes. I have very big plans. I have very big plans for real estate that I plan on doing within the next 6 months to 2 years. I don't have an exact time. I don't have an exact time frame, but I have a business plan, and I know that within 6 months to 2 years, I'm going to be moving pretty full fledged on real estate. I'm not going to quit day trading. I'm going to keep day trading, but I want to flip real estate too. I'm in Wisconsin. The reason why I say I'm invested in real estate is because my first home purchase was a triplex, which I currently live in one side, and the other two sides are taking care of the mortgage. So, not a bad investment if you ask me. And it actually ended up being a great buy because right the year after, because I just bought it like a year and a half ago, something like that. But my property value jumped up $30,000 within the first year of me buying it. But we did a lot of research on the area and the property and everything. So real estate is awesome. Stock market and real estate are the two biggest wealth builders there are. And the other one is starting your own business, which real estate and stock market is kind of starting your own business too. So it kind of is a vague blanket over everything. But real estate and stock market, definitely biggest wealth builders. So why do one when you can do both? Multiple streams of income is the key to success. And so why not? But yeah, I have some big plans for the real estate stuff. And I'm going to do another channel. I'm going to have a second channel strictly for real estate when we get ready to do our first flip. So we will get there. Like I said, 6 months to 2 years is my time frame of getting that all started. So hopefully sooner than 6 months, but Daniel B. Don't you know, sir, there's always plenty of ways to make money no matter what the rest of the market is doing. I disagree totally that it's going to be very bad. I disagree with you totally on that one, but we'll see. It's hard to say, but I think real estate's going to be fine. But even when the 2008 housing market crashed, you had opportunities to buy houses for extremely cheap. So if real estate market does go down or it crashes, great. That's great. That's even better. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jennifer. I am with you. I'm not saying go out and start buying houses left and right. I have a very, very written out strategic plan of what I want to do with real estate. And it's not going to matter that much what the market is currently doing. Like I said, if the market drops a whole lot, great. If it goes sideways, If we have an economic boom because, something crazy happens with 5G and everything and the coronavirus goes away, we might have a big economic boom. So, yeah, there's always opportunities to make money no matter what market you're in, whether it's real estate, stocks, whatever. There's always chances. See, that's a great idea too. Apartment complex. That's an idea that I'm on board with too, simply because I think especially right after the coronavirus, I think a lot of people are going to downsize. I think people who had really big houses, middle class people who had really big houses, with like $2,500 a month mortgage payments or $3,000 a month mortgage payments, and then the coronavirus happens and the government doesn't give them anything because they make over, $50K a year or whatever. They make like $100K. They're probably thinking, well, in case something like this happens again, I should probably downsize. So I think a lot of people are going to go to condos, apartments, smaller houses, and I think that's where a lot of the money is going to be at the next couple of years. I could be wrong. I'm speculating, but it's definitely an opportunity. It's definitely a possibility and an opportunity. Yeah, it's simple: buy low, sell high. But like One Life saying he wants to buy an apartment complex. For one, apartment complexes are always good because you got different age ranges that are always looking for apartments. It's, if you're in an area that's a highly populated area like I am, you're going to constantly have people wanting to rent out apartments. Yeah. Satoshi, I think that is a possibility. I think the real pain could still be coming, but I still think that maybe the market could crash. A lot of stuff could still happen, but at the same time, nobody knows. We don't know if the stock market's going to crash. We don't know if the housing market's going to crash. We don't know. But in any case, if it does, great. That's buying opportunities when everything's dirt cheap. All right. If it doesn't crash, then we go into a boom, and there'll be plenty of opportunities in the middle of a boom. You think that. Listen, I was with you guys. I was on the negative train for a while. I was on the negative train through this all the way down to here, and I was still being negative all the way up to about right here. Right in this area is when I started thinking maybe everything's not going to go to shit like we thought it was. But there's a lot going on. Yeah, there is yeah, Daniel B, but they don't have jobs. They momentarily don't have jobs. It's not like it's not like all of a sudden everybody went out of business because the housing market crashed. They stopped the economy. They closed everything down when everything was doing pretty decent. So when you turn that back on, it's not like it's just going to be like everybody who's not paying bills right now, most of them will get back to work and start paying bills again. Sure, some people might not be able to pay their 5 months or 6 months of mortgage payments that they didn't have to pay, but now they got to pay up front. That might be an issue. But, it's not like this is an election year. Keep that in mind, guys. Election years are very, very big in the United States because something always crazy happens the year of an election year. So, especially every 10 years. If you look back on history and look at what I'm saying, you'll see what I'm talking about. We're at a tipping point, though. We have a lot of optimistic reasons, or we have a lot of reasons to be optimistic. And I'll tell you some of those reasons. Number one, 5G. 5G is going to change technology forever. It's going to be a big thing. And I don't think 5G is going to change it right away, but I think 3 or 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 5G is going to change a lot of stuff. Okay, so we've got that. We've got possible technological boom. Federally legal cannabis. It's going to happen within the next 10 years. Too many states have already went legal. It's only a matter of time before the feds finally stop all that. So we have a cannabis possible boom. So we have a tech possible boom. We have a cannabis possible boom. All right. We also have potentially Trump and the House of Reps were mentioning that they want to do away with capital gains tax, which is huge, and lower payroll taxes, which is huge. If they do both of those, if they can somehow get that done, a lot of the money that left this country in the past 15, 20 years, a lot of the big money, a lot of the big manufacturers, they left because of all the taxes that they had to pay. If you get rid of those taxes, now we have all the money coming back into the United States. We have all the manufacturers back in the United States just in time for that tech boom and that cannabis boom. Okay? So there's a lot of factors where we could be very, very positive and go into another 10-year bull run. Now, of course, things could happen and the market could crash some more. So there's a lot of reasons why the market could crash. There's a lot of technical indicators and things to look at, that say the market is going to crash. But nobody really knows. So if you are full-fledged on the bullish side or the bearish side of the whole entire economy, if you're like, I'm bearish, I don't care, I think you're making a mistake. If you're full bullish, I think you're making a mistake. You need to be right in the middle. This is the time where you need to be planning for both. Which way is it going to go? How can I optimize my life, my finances, if it goes up and if it goes down, and have a plan ready? Have a plan. But I think you should be right in the middle looking at both possibilities, because it's a coin flip. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much knowledge you have. You just don't know for sure. There's too many factors where things could just turn around and be great. Yeah, I mean, people say the same thing in everything. They said the same. Peter Schiff in 2008 before 2008 was saying gold, buy gold, buy gold. The market's going to crash. He was right to an extent, but he thought that the dollar was going to be, completely worthless, and that we might never recover. But the Feds come in with QE, and we went on an 11-year bull run. So it's hard to say. It's not hopes and wishful thinking. What is your look at what tape? What do you see on the SPY right now that tells you that the market's going to crash down to zero? You're wishful thinking and hoping too. You don't know for sure if it's going to go down. You can't guarantee that. If you can guarantee that, Daniel B, if you can show me unrefutable proof for a fact 100% that the economy is going to crash again, then I will believe it. But 100%, it can't be 99.9%, 100%. So if you're not 100% on something, you're wishful and hopeful. So you're wishful and hopeful that the economy crashes. I'm optimistic, you're pessimistic. It is what it is, but I'm not so optimistic to where I'm saying for sure it's going to happen. I'm saying there's a lot of good reasons why we could, go into a boom. There's also a lot of reasons why it could drop off. But there's no guarantees in this. There's no way to say that. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing for both. Like I said, I'll prepare for both. If everything crashes, great. Plenty of buying opportunities. I would prefer it did crash, because that would give me a lot more cheaper buying opportunities. But, if it goes the other way, at least I got a plan for that too. I need a rubber mullet. What is a rubber mullet? What do you mean I need a rubber mullet? You mean a rubber mallet to hit my head? Chapter 11 is just like a form of like a light form of bankruptcy basically. But yeah, just Google Chapter 11 in stocks, but it's really hard to tell what's going to happen to a stock after Chapter 11 because they basically have the chance to try to turn things around. That don't mean they're going to. So, they could turn things around and eventually be out of the bankruptcy area, or they could just go bankrupt and go out of business. So there's not really saying what happens to a stock after chapter filing, after chapter 11. You know, you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, this is some great live stream talk. I'm glad you guys got me going on the economy and stuff. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things. It's a lot of factors you have to think about when it comes to the economy and which way it's going, but there's no way to for sure know. I mean, we're in unprecedented territory. Logically to me, all this government QEs and stimulus packages and all the printing that they're doing and all that stuff, in the long run, I don't think it's a great thing. That's not really a good thing, but who knows? Who really knows? See, the thing is, the thing is, even if you look back, even if you look back on any other countries like Zimbabwe with printing their $1 billion or their $1 trillion thing, whatever it was, their $1 trillion bill, their currency, whatever their currency is, but even with them or anything, like you can look back in history and say, okay, when this country did this, it didn't work. The QEs didn't work. The QEs might have worked. You have a lot of possibilities, but if your argument is based off of history, history usually repeats itself, but there's a lot of variables that change history, like time. See, we went to a Great Depression back in, 1920, but the way the economy was in 1920 is way different than it is now. The way our economy from 2008 is way different than it is now. So there's a lot of different variables and a lot of different factors when trying to determine which way things are going to go. And to me, if you're trying to pinpoint the bottom or pinpoint the top, I think you're wasting time. I think the key is to not worry about that so much and just have plans in place for if it does happen one way or the other. The Feds absolutely love the markets. They have pushed a lot of money into it, and that's something I don't think is a good idea. Me personally, with my personal beliefs, I don't think the Fed should be interfering with supply and demand, because supply and demand, if you're going to have free market, supply and demand is what determines prices. And when the government starts messing with the circle of supply and demand, things can get kind of weird. So yeah. Yeah. That's true. Daniel B's not wrong about that, but you know, I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy and stuff out there right now. But I'm optimistic for the future. They might do another stimulus package. Who knows? It's hard to say what they're going to do. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't like a two-party system in the first place, so I'm not Democrat or Republican. I've told a lot of you guys have been following me this before. I think two parties is not enough because you have a tug of war going, but like things like right now where the House of Representatives are back in Washington and trying to work, and the Senate is refusing to come back to Washington to work. To me, whether you're Democratic or Republican, that's pretty crazy, because if the guy who you buying your chicken nuggets from every day from McDonald's can risk his life to sell you those chicken nuggets, then I believe, because our tax dollars pay your paycheck, I believe you can go and risk your life to do what you're supposed to be doing. And that's just my opinion on that. Like, I don't think that's right at all. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what party you're part of. That's going to be hard to disagree with. If Chicken Nugget guy is risking his life, I think you can too. I think we should go there. But we got that going on right now. Like, we have a tug of war once again with our stupid political system. And so what's going to get done? Are we going to get another stimulus package? Like, this is one of those variables I'm talking about where our economy is different. Our whole political thing is different right now than it was in 2008 and 1920. Like, that's the thing with recessions and depressions. The factors are different. It's always different. So I mean, yeah, the payroll tax, I believe they should cut. They should cut payroll taxes. I don't know if I've said it here on the stream before, but like, because I'm self-employed, my payroll tax, I have to pay the employee side and the employer side. So I have to pay double of what somebody on a W-2 pays, because normally your company pays the other half of your taxes out of your paycheck. So because of that, I have to pay twice as much to be self-independent and have my own business and stuff. That sounds crazy to me, but you know. Yeah, exactly, Satoshi. Like I said, it's crazy, I don't know. We're that getting into all this is like there's a lot of problems all around. Yeah, well, I mean, I could see that. I could see that. I mean, there's a lot of issues. There's been a lot of issues, and there's going to continue to be a lot of issues. Like, that's the problem with the two-party system. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have a tug of war. Like, you can only, like, you either have this or that, and that's your two options, and this or that is doing this. So nothing gets done. It's just, it's tug of war. It's just, I don't know. Until that changes, I don't know how much will really change with our crazy economy and crazy government and stuff. And we actually, there's a lot of government spending in departments that we really probably don't need. A lot of tax dollars go to some really stupid departments. If you go and look up the list of government departments, there's an A through Z alphabetical list because there's so many of them. We have propaganda TV that we pay for in the Middle East and other countries to make the U.S. look good on their media. So, like, why are we doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we paying millions for Al Hira TV? But, it is what it is. Like I said, until the two-party system is done away with and we have four parties, or even we had three parties. Like, I think when the Democrats tried to push Biden over Bernie again, I think Bernie should have split and ran against Trump and Biden and made his own party. He might not have won, but maybe we could have got a third party. And I'm not saying I'm a Bernie supporter. Like I said, I don't really support either side. I just support when things are getting done that are good. But, yeah. I mean, you're right, Daniel B. We do support the whole world. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do we have Al Hurria TV in the Middle East? Like, why are we paying for that with tax dollars? Why there's like a lot of stuff where we got our hands in the rest of the world that we pay as taxpayers for those things to happen. That really don't need to happen, like stuff that we really don't have to have our hands in. It'll probably be fine without us having our hands in. So, I don't know. There's a lot to it, but all right, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me today. We'll be back tomorrow as always. Good job that anybody made some profit today. There's a couple of opportunities. Kind of a weird day, but I mean, maybe. Is it really that strategic of a military decision to have propaganda on their TV? Like, if it is strategic, if there's a reason for it, that's fine, but do we need to be spending as much money on it as we're spending? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think there's too much spending being done in certain areas. That was just one example I was giving you. There's a whole lot. I don't want to get into it. Like, I'm not trying to, like, cause a big argument or anything over anything, but I'm just saying, like, actually go look at all the government departments and just look through them. If you don't see any that you don't think are unnecessary, hey, that's cool. But, like, look up the salaries the government employees make at all these departments. Look up their budgets. Look up how much money is going to all these departments. I'd say there's probably some room to cut some spending. I mean, we are like $24 trillion in debt. We could probably cut some spending, because you have two options when you're in debt. No matter if you're a country, a person, whatever, you have two options. You either cut spending so your income is over your outcome, so that rest of that little extra income can go towards the debt, or you bring in another source of income to bring your income over the debt. That's the only two ways you get out of debt. There's no way around it. It's not how anything works. So you either have to cut some spending or you have to bring in new sources of income. It's one or the other. And I think as a country, we could do both. You know, federally legal cannabis, that's a whole new stream of income we could bring in to get the economy's income higher than the debt. You know, we're actually taking chunks of the debt off. You know, we could cut some government spending, so we got new income, government spending coming down. Now we're paying off more debt. If we could bring in another stream of income, say resources from another planet, because, you know, they're starting to really look at space exploration, then maybe that's another income. So now we have this big chunk of money coming in that can go straight to our debt, and then we take out all our debt as a country. I'm just saying. It works like that. Raising taxes is not really a source of income, though. Raising taxes is redistributing income, because you're not bringing in any more income into the country by raising taxes. You're just taking money from somewhere else in the country and moving it to somewhere else. That's why I say you have to bring in a whole new stream of income. If you raise taxes, you're going to affect somebody's money somewhere else in the economy. So you're just moving it from one area to another. So if you raise the taxes, once all that money is gone that you were taken from, then where are you going to take from? It's not an income stream by raising taxes. You have to actually have new streams of income, something that's making you money off of something. You see, Daniel B thinks we're definitely overspending on a lot of stuff. But it's, you know, I'm not even just saying the military spending. This whole time while the coronavirus, or at least when it started and we went on quarantine, the National Department of Monuments was still open, and we were paying, you know, those employees who worked there $80,000 a year. It's just like, did we really need people, you know, looking at the statues, the war statues right now? We really needed that department open at the moment? I don't know. I think them statues will be fine. They've held up for years and years and years. You know, cutting that government spending for 6 months while we're pumping out money for stimulus, you know, you probably could have done that, but I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? We could go into war, but I doubt it. there's money to be made in wars, but at this point in time in the state of the world, a war is not going to really do anything for anybody. Like, countries need to focus on, like I said, like the biggest problems with every country and why we support every country too is because we're all in debt. Most countries are in debt, and that's part of having a country. You're going to be in debt. But no countries really do, especially ours. None of ours really try to focus on getting out of that debt. And like I said, there's only two ways. It's two ways. Another income stream or cut spending. That's it. It's only two ways around debt. No matter what level you're on. You know, if you're making $300 a week working at McDonald's and you've got $500 in debt and you got bills and stuff, so you've only got, you know, you don't have anything going towards your debt. You're not making anything out of your check. That whole $300 is going to bills. Well, you're never going to be able to pay that $500 off in debt. So you either have to get a second job to bring in more income to pay that debt off, or you have to cut whatever else you're spending in that $300 check down to pay that debt off. So there's two ways. Like I can't possibly think of another way to get around debt. But yeah, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys joining me today. I try not to get into these crazy talks like this because there's a lot of different opinions out there, and everybody should have their own opinions, but everybody should not get butthurt when somebody else agrees with your opinion or disagrees with your opinion. Yeah. No, you don't. See, I disagree with that, Daniel. That is an option. I don't know. You can. It is an option. Being a minimalist does cut your expenses. So yes, that can take care of debt. So I agree with you on that. But it's not the only solution. Like I said, you can bring in other income streams. You know, that's what a lot of big businesses do. They'll go into some debt, but the debt that they go into will bring in more income streams to the company, so they have levered free cash flow. Like they'll have a levered. You know, they'll have leverage, they'll have some debt, but if they're bringing in another income stream for that debt, then, you know, you can take care of that debt because you have that new income stream. So, but yeah. But yeah, I will have these conversations and talks with you guys anytime you really want to, but like I said, it's fine to have opinions. It's fine to disagree with people. I'm all for that. You know, that's cool. But don't get butthurt when somebody disagrees with you. That's the thing. That drives me nuts. Like, that is one of the biggest things, you know, wrong with social media and stuff today is people get so butthurt and when you disagree with them. Like, just disagree. It's fine. Everybody can disagree about stuff. But you don't got to get butthurt about it. AMC's trying to come back up. Let's take a look at it, and then I'll hop off here. Yeah, AMC's slowly coming back up. You know, the Amazon thing's a big press release, but, you know, we don't know anything for sure on it, but if attention comes back into it, it absolutely could run. But alright guys, appreciate everybody joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you back here tomorrow.